Oh my god, guys, I think I may have accidentally discovered a cheat code for buying rare G-Shocks, because inside this box right here is a Japanese exclusive G-Shock from 1998. It is brand new old stock. My god. And also the G-Shock Jason that I have wanted for years. But here's where things get weird. I imported both of these directly from Japan for way cheaper than what people are asking on eBay right now. And honestly, I thought there had to be a catch. Then the shipping situation turned into absolute chaos. Battery restrictions, shipping drama, missing postage options. At one point, I genuinely thought, yep, I'm screwed. But after a heap of back and forth with JPfans, they have actually confirmed to me that EMS shipping is now enabled for all watch purchases going forward, which is massive if you are into rare digital watches. So today we are unboxing both of these absolute beauties, testing whether Japanese proxy shopping is actually worth it, and finding out if Japan is secretly the best place left to hunt rare G-Shocks right now. My name is Tim, this is Goat Reviews, and I've been reviewing watches for over 3 years now. Alright guys, this sponsorship was not healthy for me because instead of just sending me products, JPfans basically gave me shopping money and unleashed me onto a Japanese website to buy watches. And once I realized I could search Japanese Mercari in English, oh lord, it was over. Alright, so let's crack this bad boy open because I am so excited. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, they're packed very nicely. So JPfans does an inspection and parcel consolidation service, which is great. So I think this we have here is the Jason. Oh yes, very keen for this one. And this is the DW-6900. No, DW-9500 new old stock. You will not see this around anywhere, guys. 1998. Let's bust it out. Oh, look at this beauty, guys. Untouched since 1998. New old stock. Oh my god, what a beauty. Look at the crystal blue of the bezel there. Beautiful. Now on to the Jason. Alright, let's take a quick peek at this thing at least. Look at this packaging. Oh yes. What a beauty. Look at this thing, guys. The magnificent Jason. The GB001. Oh guys, I have wanted to get my hands on a Jason for so long. But just before we get into these two beautiful G-Shocks, I need to tell you about the website experience. So I used JPfans and I had a few things that actually surprised me about it. One thing I liked is that you can literally search in English and it will automatically translate the listings instantly and your search terms, which is better than the other Japanese proxy sites I've tried, which are a little bit iffy with the translation. So you can browse Mercari, which is where I got these two, and you can also browse the Japanese Amazon, browse JDirect, and honestly, it was way easier than I expected. Now, here is where things get interesting. It's the price comparison, because once I started searching, I realized something. A lot of these watches are still cheaper inside Japan than what collectors overseas are paying. And I don't mean like a little bit cheaper. I mean, what on earth are people thinking on eBay cheaper? So I am going to show you a couple of screenshots here of some eBay prices. Guys, look at this. This is the exact Jason that you are seeing right here on eBay. Look at the price. I saw it on eBay for like $400. That is ridiculous. You want to hear how much I paid for it on JPfans? $138. And this is, I believe it was brand new condition, or the guy literally put it on once and it didn't fit. So that is a massive saving. Some people are asking $400 and I got it for a third of that. I feel physically ill looking at the eBay prices now. That difference is insane. Now, the DW-9500, I paid around 64 Australian dollars for a Japanese exclusive G-Shock from 1998, brand new and unused. The only thing missing is the battery, which I have on hand. So the savings are massive, and this is the part that most reviews skip. If you're buying cheap common Casios, honestly, I would still use eBay or Amazon. It's probably easier. But if you are hunting rare G-Shocks, Japanese exclusives, or older weird models, or stuff collectors are scalping hard, JPfans is where proxy shopping starts making heaps of sense, because suddenly you're shopping closer to the source. And man, that changes everything. So now let's take a closer look at this beautiful DW-9500. This is the one that I can't even believe I found, guys. The DW-9500XS 3T. 1998. Japanese exclusive, brand new old stock. Guys, I am baffled that this thing even exists in this condition. I like to think that maybe a watch store in Japan maybe had this out for a while, no one bought it, so they stashed it out the back, and it's only just came up for sale. 17,000 yen at the time. I literally paid less than that right now. That's probably about 170 Australian bucks. I got it for less than half of that, and this thing is beautiful. It's part of the G-Lide series, Extreme. You can see the Extreme branding on there. And yeah, look at this, guys. The seal, completely new. I'm not sure how to open it. I think we maybe push down on here. Let's do that. Oh yes. There it is. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. It's letting out that fresh air, the Japanese 1998 air. I should have breathed that in just to see what it's like. This thing is trapped. Oh, there we go. Look at that, guys. Oh my God. I've always been a sucker for transparent colors, and this thing just does it perfectly. You've got the smoky gray on the strap, and then just contrasting with this beautiful, I'd call that like a glacier blue. That is absolutely sick. And look, the strap is even just behind the case back there. So really, really cool. Now, as I said, guys, although it's brand new, this thing has been stashed away for, what, 28 years or so? So, oh, look at the shine on this. Oh, that's so cool. Anyway, the battery is dead, obviously. Now, I did do a little bit of research beforehand, and I've found that it takes a CR2016 battery. So, of course, I've got one here. Let's bust into it and see if we can get this thing back to operation like it's brand new in 1998. Oh, yeah. Oh, so I think we'll be able to remove the whole strap. Look at that, guys. The whole strap literally just comes out in one piece. If you really wanted to, you could wear this thing as a bracelet. That's pretty sick. But yeah, let's get this case back off and get this battery in. Now we do have these little guards in the way here. So I suppose, yes, we ought to remove these because they're actually blocking the screws of the case back. So let's do that. And I'll definitely get the right tools out, guys, because as I always say, if you got the tools and you don't use them, you're an idiot. So let's actually use them. We've got our little screw tray here so we don't lose our screws. And this will be a lubricant just so that the gasket doesn't get dried out, because, you know, this thing's from bloody 1998. We take this dried up old 1998 gasket, we chuck it into our Lubri Joints gasket grease. Boom, pick yours up at genie.us/lube. Give it a couple of twists, and the silicone grease is going to make it nice and waterproof. Now, to get to the battery, are we going to need to take off this rubber? Yes. Okay, so we're going to gently peel that rubber up. And I don't think we've got to remove the whole module, guys. I think we'll be able to do it with this little hook under there. So we're just going to come under there. Pop it forward. Boom. There we go. Easy does it. Now we definitely don't want to lose that little spring just there, because that is what makes the alarm sound. Without that, you lose all of the volume. Now, can we gently... Ooh, we're hitting our spring there. Keep an eye on it. Boom. There's our old 2016. Okay. And here's our brand new one. Okay. I'm going to slide it in around the spring. Just like that. Okay. Now I think we can just press that. Boom. We're in. Do we have power? Oh, guys, we do. We've got power. All right, let's get it back together. On it goes. This is the easiest restoration of my life, guys. Look at that. Boom. Too easy. And guys, if you thought that this was going to be hard, right? Are you a watch repairer for 3 years? You don't need to be. You can do this. Anyone can do this. Go to JPfans, pick up an old watch. Anyone can do a battery swap, guys. You need some very simple tools, all right? If you want to grab yourself an old GShock, an old Casio like I did, head to genie.us/JPfans or scan the QR on screen now. You won't regret it. All right, guys, and now it is time to get up real close and personal using the macro lens. Stay tuned. Are you ready for the magnificence of 1998? This is the GShock DW-9500. Look at that spectacular display, bordered with a beautiful, pristine silver metal, and this gorgeous, cloudy, glacier blue bezel. Followed up with the protection logo on these ghostly, transparent grey strap adapters, and then into the glacier strap, bordered with a solid grey plastic, and then a matching transparent extreme keeper. This thing is absolutely spectacular. Now, I will say, I did notice on the other side, oh man, look at the texture. That is super, super cool, guys. That is 1998 right there. Now, where was it? I did see, oh, we've got the GShock logo in the middle there. I did see what looked like a bit of scuffing, okay? Now, I don't know if that's happened during packaging or just from sitting there. Maybe it's, I mean, it doesn't feel like this is brittle, but yeah, this thing is basically, other than that, in absolutely pristine condition. Oh yeah. Let me know what you think about this down below. All right, next up, we are going to bang it on for a wrist check, okay? At the moment, I'm currently wearing one of my favorite G-Shocks ever. This is the G-Shock GD350, and I've done a full thorough review of that one just here if you'd like to check it out. Oh, yes. Let's pull that keeper up a bit. Absolutely beautiful, guys. I feel like a boss from a 1998 sci-fi movie. This thing is absolutely badass. Extreme, that's right. So happy to have this on the wrist, guys. Now we are going to go through the functions. We'll see what this watch has to offer, but I'm not going to go too in depth because, you know, at some point we may do a full review of this watch. So if you would like to see that, do make sure that you are a subscriber. So right now we have our home time, a timer. Okay, which one's the start? Not there. Oh, I must have... you know what? Okay, we've got a timer. We've got a stopwatch. This is what I'm looking for. So, this one. No. That's a fail. Okay, I might have to read those Japanese instructions, guys. I'm unfamiliar with this. What's this? Recall. Okay, we might have some kind of memory feature, or maybe that's lapse from the stopwatch. We've got an alarm, 2, 3, 4, 5 alarms. Excellent. And then we're back to the home time. So really a cool watch here. And yeah, do let me know if you want to see an in-depth review of this one by letting me know down below. Now guys, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and act like you'll be able to get your hands on one of these realistically, as it's from 1998. However, I will be putting together a link for you just in case if you want to try and track it down. Scan the QR just here or head to genie.us/9500. That translucent aqua resin, the chunky case, the old school LCD, the futuristic shape. This thing is cool, and you are going to want to have a look and see if you can find one. Now, while this rotates away in the background, I'm going to tell you about the shipping drama that I experienced, and this is where the whole experience nearly fell apart. Because once the watches reached the shipping stage of JPfans, absolute chaos began. So I'll show you some screenshots here of the shipping options. And what you'll notice is that I was kind of bottlenecked in to only one option. I could see EMS below it, but it was grayed out. So suddenly most shipping methods had just vanished. And the reasoning given was because the watches contained batteries. Well, of course they do. That's what a watch has. And the only option left for Australia was UPS. Now you might be very surprised at the price like I was. 150 AUD for 2 watches. Man, I nearly spat out my drink. So I actually reached out directly to JPfans to push back on it. Hard. Because I actually did some research, and according to Japan Post rules, button cell batteries inside watches should still qualify for EMS. They are actually exempt. So I basically found the info, sent it to JPfans, and I said, guys, if watch collectors keep getting smashed with postage like this, how am I honestly supposed to recommend your platform? And to their credit, JPfans actually worked on it. And now I am very pleased to announce that thanks to my back and forth emails with them, JPfans has confirmed to me that EMS shipping will be enabled for all watches going forward, which is a huge win. So that massively lowers shipping cost for collectors like you. Make sure you ram the like button if you're happy with this outcome, and let's show them some love for actually complying with that. Now, onto the site itself, it was not perfect. I did have a few cart glitches and favoriting errors. So honestly, the app version, it was okay, but I would recommend using a desktop version of the website itself for JPfans if you want the smoother experience. So now let's get into unboxing the GShock Jason. Oh yeah. And now it's the moment we've all been waiting for. I hope you're as excited as I am to fully look at this beautiful GShock Jason. The GShock GB001. Let's take it out. Just magnificent. Oh, look at this thing, guys. A dark black color with a smoky transparent grey bezel. Transparent red keeper to match the red accents on the band, including stripes and an underlay. A red ring on the dial just there. Super, super cool. Now guys, I must admit, I noticed immediately, and I'm a little disappointed, there's no secondary bezel. My understanding, I'll have to check the listing, was that it came with an additional bezel. I may be mistaken though. But what's cool about the Jason is that the bezels are removable. So I believe this one is supposed to come with a silver metal version of the bezel. So let's have a go at taking it off. I don't know if you need a special tool or if you can just use your nail maybe. Yep, super easy. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my God, is that the metal? Like, guys, maybe that is the metal. Maybe I'm mistaken and you don't get a spare one to attach. I think that's it. That looks freaking sick. No wonder they call it the Jason. You see that? It looks like the mask from that horror movie. That's so cool. But yeah, I don't want this to get all fingerprinted and scratched and stuff. So I imagine most of the time I'm going to keep this bezel on. And I do have volleyball tonight. I don't think I'll wear it there, but if I did, I'd definitely keep that bezel on. But how cool is that, guys? And I know you're dying to see it up close, so let's bust the macro lens on. All right, who's ready for the Jason? And we're going to start mask off for that magnificent silver. So look at the front of the bezel, guys. You see that rotated, brushed, circular pattern? Super, super cool. And then that becomes almost like a chrome gloss, shiny silver around the edges. On the actual watch face itself, obviously we've got a negative display. Some people prefer positive, you know, it's a little bit more legible, but I think for a design like this, I'm definitely okay with the negative. As you can see, look at the left there, guys. We've got Bluetooth on this Jason. That's super cool. I am in love with that red ring there. That just looks so badass and pops so nicely against the black. Onto the straps here, we've got these red accents and also a red pattern actually printed onto the strap to match the theme. Over onto the other side, you'll notice that the Jason has a signature profile here which includes wings. These wings help it sit flush against your wrist and feel a lot comfier. And I do have these on the GD350 that I was wearing earlier, which is one of my all-time favorites. So a big fan of the wings. And then over onto the back, check it out. We have this extra shock-resistant cover, which is housing the case back. And then we've got all the details there. So very, very cool in terms of shock resistance, but I don't know. I feel like that might pick up dirt quite easily. We'll see. Now these straps, nice big gaps there to get a spring bar tool in. So I think they've really thought about swapping straps and modding in mind there. And this is probably my favorite little detail here, guys. The transparent red keeper. Just really ties everything all together. So let's put its mask on. Boom. And you'll really appreciate the transparent, smoky grey of that mask. Oh yeah. And of course, we must get this magnificent beauty on for a wrist check. So we remove our recently equipped DW-9500, regrettably, to put on the Jason. I have been waiting for this moment for a very long time. Oh, and there's a detail I hadn't noticed, guys. Look at the end of that strap. What a unique pattern. And I think that might be so that it can latch under the keeper. Oh yeah. So those little notches must help stop it from slipping down. That's a really cool feature. Ready, guys? Boom. The beautiful GShock Jason on my 7-inch wrist, or about 18 centimeters. A really great size. So in this lighting, the negative display isn't all that clear compared to positive. I don't think there are too many positive display options of the Jason, but look at that, guys. So pleased to have this in my collection. And mask off, boom. The beautiful, stunning silver. Oh yeah. So let's have a quick breeze through the functions. And again, let me know if you want to see a full review of this down below, and make sure you're a subscriber so you don't miss it. So we have our home time here. We press it once. UTC, okay, that's a second time zone. We have a stopwatch, I believe. A countdown timer starting on 10 minutes. We have one alarm, 2, 3, gee, it's really hard to see, isn't it, guys? Hang on. 4, 5, and our signal, which just is the hourly chime that you can enable. After alarms, we are back to home time. But what I'm most excited to set up is the Bluetooth, just initially, so that it'll pair the precise, accurate time down to the millisecond. Very excited for that. Now, for those of you who are going to chase down a GShock Jason, this one is a little bit more available than the 9500, as it only came out within the last few years. I would definitely recommend checking out JPfans if you want to get your hands on yours. I will be leaving a QR on screen now. If you'd like to check it on Amazon, head to genie.us/Jason to check that out. But as I say, JPfans is the way to go if you want to get it for an absolute bargain like I did. There's a few different colorways available as well, guys, not just this red one. I'll leave a picture here on screen for you now. But my main recommendation, guys, is you have got to go to JPfans to check this out. If you want to find yourself rare, old G-Shocks for a third of the price you're going to get them elsewhere, head to the QR on screen now or go to genie.us/JPfans if you want to have a hunt around some Japanese listings yourself. Oh, and apparently, new users signing up through my link currently get around 86 USD worth of shipping coupons too, which honestly helps heaps. So make sure you check out that QR code, which is again, genie.us/JPfans. It is none other than Bubble, who is here to help remind you to ram the like button if you've enjoyed it so far. Aren't you, Bubble? Now, Bubble, I do have a treat here for you, but it's going to cost you. Okay, there's your treat. I want you to vote. Which one do you think is cooler, the Jason or the 9500? Bubble? Pour. Pour. The Jason? Excellent choice, Bubble. Good girl. Ah. Alright guys, it's time for my final verdict. And honestly, yeah, if you love weird watches, rare G-Shocks, Japanese exclusives, old stock, or discontinued digital watches, JPfans is the way to go. But if you're just buying normal everyday Casios, you probably don't need this, and that's important. This isn't for everyone, but for collectors, man, this rabbit hole gets addictive fast. Now, I got a favor to ask you. If you know someone who might benefit from learning about JPfans, they don't just sell watches, but there's lots of cool stuff there, please do share this video, help it spread the love and help my channel grow, and definitely check it out yourself through my link, guys, at genie.us/JPfans. You'll save $86 on shipping, and you might find some badass watches like these two. Best of luck. A massive thank you to our Goat Crew channel members for supporting the channel, you absolute legends. Here's some more great content for you to watch next. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.